Hi guys, Jacqui is here. We're here for our weekly hangout, and thank you as always for taking time out of your night to put forth some work into your SCENTSY business. Whether that means that you're joining us live, thank you so much to those who are. And those who are not, that's okay too. That's the beauty of our SCENTSY business, is we can work it on our own terms and our own time. So we can actually watch this for playback immediately as soon as we're done. So there you go. You will not miss out if you cannot make the weekly hangouts. Of course, the whole point of the hangout is to be on live. If I'm discussing anything, talking about anything, and maybe you have something to add, or you have a question about anything that I'm talking about, or just suggestions in general, maybe things that have worked for you. I would love for you guys to be able to use the chat box. On my side, it is located over here. On your screen, maybe on the other side, but feel free to use that chat box for questions, tips that you have, anything at all. So it's here for you. Feel free to use. As always, I'll do my very quick housekeeping. I'm Jacqui Duran, independent SCENTSY consultant. I do not get paid glorious amounts of money to do SCENTSY training videos. When you join SCENTSY, you are truly an independent SCENTSY consultant. What that means, for those of you out there who are somewhat new, means you are the owner of your business from day one. This also means that you kind of have a little bit of responsibility being your own business owner. So just as you would work any business independently, think of it that way. Your SCENTSY business is just that. It is a SCENTSY business. Treat it as such, and it will pay you back as such. Now, of course, when you join SCENTSY, we have an amazing concept already pre-built for you. We have a lot of perks of being a SCENTSY consultant. For one, we have a glorious website that is available to us. It does absolutely everything. Our SCENTSY, I don't want to say membership, but our consultant status allows us to be able to automatically send out a monthly SCENTSY corporate email. This is something that you guys can edit. So if you're not editing your monthly newsletters that come out through SCENTSY Corporate, and I believe they come out the first Wednesday of every month, make sure to be doing that. We're going to switch on here shortly, and we're going to go to the workstation. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see. I have not tested the workstation sharing ability. I'm going to cross my fingers that that's going to work. So those of you who are live, I'm going to rely on you guys to shout out to me using the chat feature. If for some reason when I share my screen, you're not able to see the workstation. I can see everything on my portion of the screen, but for playback and for your version, I won't be able to see until playback. So I won't be able to know for certain how much of it you're actually able to get. So we're going to hope for the best and cross our fingers, because I haven't tried that part. But there on your workstation, I will show you very quickly where you can go to actually see your newsletter and be able to edit that. So it is ready to go. Again, it is customizable in any way you can imagine. And because it is more of a, what SCENTSY calls a private communication, this means that if you have a particular personal special that you are running, maybe for your hosts or just customers alike, you can actually use that within your SCENTSY newsletter that goes out through that corporate workstation. Now, you do have to have an active PWS, so that's your personalized workstation. If you ever see those initials out there, we do sometimes a lot of initials, so it gets confusing. Don't feel alone if you're lost on the initials. Just ask. We'll be happy to help. Now, for your first 3 months as a consultant, you do get that for absolutely free. It's amazing. Again, wait till you see all the benefits that your website has to offer. After those first 90 days, it is simply a $10 a month commitment to you. Now, some of you out there may be thinking to yourself, why do I need to spend an extra $10 a month just to have a website? Yeah, it might be helpful to have people get out there and order, but I don't really have a lot of people that just order on my website. They usually just order through me. That's fine if you're not looking to build a team. I personally utilize social media a lot. So by having my website active and current, it helps me tremendously, because when I'm branding myself out there on social media, remember we've talked about branding before in previous weeks, you are announcing your website, which then announces you and kind of sets a stage for you as an independent SCENTSY consultant. That is also the only way that someone can actually join your team. There is no other way. You cannot call consultant support and say, hey, I've got Mary over here who wants to join my team. Can I put her on the phone and you can sign her up? Not going to happen. They're going to tell you, no, Mary needs to go to your website. She needs to click on join, and she needs to just follow the steps, fill out the information, and she can join under your team. That is truly the only way that you can build a team. So keep that in mind. Again, it's $10. It is a tax deduction. So if you're looking for ways to be able to save some money or recoup those expenses, all you have to do is go to your tax professional. Obviously, I am not a licensed tax professional, so don't take my tax advice to heart. But please consult with yours, and they will give you all the latest and greatest information on what you can actually use as a tax write-off. That is definitely one of them. To finish up my housekeeping, of course, you have your sponsor, who is the person that you signed under. So if you do have individualized questions or you need some one-on-one training time, you just need somebody to talk to, bounce ideas off of, that sponsor should be your main support system for you. If for some reason your sponsor maybe is new like you are, or is hard to get a hold of, or maybe just isn't as active as you need them to be, that's okay. People have survived without active sponsors. Trust me, it is a proven fact within SCENTSY. You can also go through your star director if you happen to have one of those, or if not, you can go to your superstar director. And then if for some reason you can't get a hold of anybody but still have individualized questions, you can always call SCENTSY Consultant Support, and they are more than happy to guide you in the direction, get you in touch with your upline that you're trying to get a hold of, or answer the question that you may have at hand. They might be able to do that too. These videos, of course, are just another means to network with other SCENTSY consultants out there. That is what I have found to be an amazing asset to myself and my business. I get great ideas by networking with all of you, hearing your ideas, tweaking them to make them my own, and it sparks my own imagination into ideas that I can use for my business. So that's what I do, is share what either works for me or I've got great ideas that I'm hoping will work for you. So that kind of tidies up my housekeeping there. This week, I teetered on, and I probably teased some of you because last week I talked about samples. And I still want to do samples. It's still on my agenda for one of the weeks. I was trying to think logistically. I was telling my husband earlier, I was trying to think the best way that I could actually talk to you, show you, demonstrate to you samples. And I didn't have enough time to work out all the logistics of it. So I forfeited that idea for this week. And I thought it was really a better means of our time spent this week to talk about transition. It is the first Tuesday of the month, and February is our official transition month. Very exciting. If you joined me in the past, you know that my cats come alive during this time, so you will hear them. That's okay. They're just saying hello. Transition time. If this is your first transition, oh my goodness, you are in for excitement. Excitement, excitement, excitement. During transition time, this time of the year in February, we are also doing our spring sprints. Well, we are not. SCENTSY Corporate is doing spring sprints. So they're going to tons of cities right now. Some of you may have already been to yours. I've gotten to see so many pictures, and I'm so excited. One of my downline, Melissa, was able to go to the very first one. It was her very first event, and I am so proud of her. And I'm going to brag on her for like 2 seconds here because she actually lives out of state. She is not local to me. However, she really stepped out of her comfort zone. She truly, truly did. And she went, signed up for spring sprint to the one nearest her, and she was a little nervous about going. And of course, who wouldn't be? You were going not only to your very first like SCENTSY corporate event, but you're going all by yourself. And it can be a little intimidating. You don't know what to expect. You've never been to anything. And she really did take the leap, and she did it. And she, of course, was a little nervous, but she got through it. And I will tell you, she shared her experience afterwards, and she had an amazing time. So I truly encourage all of you out there, if you're like Melissa, and this is maybe your first real SCENTSY event, and you're a little nervous because maybe you're by yourself, or you don't have anybody to go with, or people backed out on you, be courageous. Attend. Make sure you attend. Not only because you get this glorious swag bag full of gifts, but it is truly a fantastic time. It is an all-day training from SCENTSY Corporate, not just Jacqui. So again, imagine better lighting, better graphics, better music and sound and everything else, like times 1,000. You're going to get amazing training when you go to a spring sprint. Not only that, but you get to see all the new items that are going to be coming out in the brand new catalog that starts on March 1st. So that kind of ties us up right into transition time. I made a handy dandy little sign. I'm looking at it in the video. Looks a little backwards to me. I apologize. It's not backwards when I look at it, but it's backwards when I show it on the screen. All right, so we've got our top, technically 4 things that we're going to discuss tonight. Transition time, number 1. Okay, so we've kind of talked a little bit about transition. We're right smack dab in the beginning of transition. That's why I thought it was a perfect week to take advantage of this. So transition is, it is our final farewell to our current catalog, which is the Fall and Winter 2014 catalog. You will probably have seen either through posts, hopefully on the Facebook groups that you're in. I'm sure you've heard tons of stuff about it if you're on Facebook at all. But you'll see like the discontinuing warmers, the discontinuing scents. What does all that mean? That means that the warmers are truly being discontinued, okay? 9 times out of 10, actually maybe 100% of the time, I don't know if I've truly ever seen a warmer come back once it's gone out of a catalog. I really don't think I have. I might be completely wrong, so don't quote me on that. But I don't believe I've seen one come back. So when they say that a warmer is being discontinued, guys, this is when you need to be letting your customers know. You have to let them know. There are warmers, there are scents that are being discontinued. Again, the warmers will be gone. They will sell them until they are officially sold out. So even if for some remarkable chance come March 1st, they still have a bunch of the wraps, and I'm gonna show you really quickly when we share my screen. Hopefully, if it works, the core, you've got the core and the wraps that go around those, like the wire wraps that go around those. So maybe let's say we don't sell out of those completely, but come March 1st, they're not going to be in the catalog, but they should be available via our closeout section on our website. Another great reason to have your website, so you always know what's available on closeout. And of course, it'll be a little discounted too, because they're just going to continue to sell those until they officially sell out, and then they're going to be gone. The scents, again, they are discontinued. Now, I like to think of discontinuing scents as relating it the best way I know how, and that would be the Disney Vault. If any of you guys out there are familiar with Disney, you know that what Disney does is when they will bring out one of their movies or re-release a movie on DVD, it actually comes out for a limited time and then goes back into the amazing Disney Vault, and that's where it lives until 10 years later they decide to re-release it to DVD and make it available again for purchase. Kind of the same thing with our Scentsy scents. They go and hide away at a beautiful, amazing smelling Scentsy Vault, and that is where they will live until either A, they come out in the next fall and winter catalog, you never know, or B, they will be available to come back via Bring Back My Bar. That happens twice a year, January and July. So transition time is a great time to take advantage of the prospect of not only the fact that almost everything aside from licensed warmers and some of the combine and saves are going to be 10% off. So 10% off of bars, room sprays, warmers, aside from the licensed products. Take a look at your catalog, you'll know what I'm talking about. You want to make sure that your customers know that, again, this is their last chance. February is the time for them to purchase these scents. So if they have favorites, they need to be ordering. And of course, because you can get a 3-pack at, well, let's see, this is United States. So USD, I believe it is, what, $12.60 for a 3-pack of bars. It is $22.50 for a 6-pack of bars. That's an amazing deal. I think that breaks it down to $3.75 a bar if you're buying in a 6-pack. So it is truly an economical way, not only to stock up on your favorite scents, but to definitely stock up on those scents that you love or that your customers love that are going to be going away into the amazing Scentsy Vault. Take the opportunity. Let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and try the screen share. I'm going to cross my fingers and toes, and I'm going to hope that this works for you guys. Some of the abilities when I do the screen share, I'm just going to preface it. Certain pop-up windows will not show up on your end. I have noticed that in previous trials. Now, again, have not tested the workstation, so crossing our fingers. So ready, set, go. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's get off of the Google page. We're going to go into the workstation, and we are going to go to our Resources tab. When you go to your Resources tab, this is one of the main tabs that you're going to love. Now, they kind of spoiled us a little bit this time, because over here, again, hoping you can see this, this is where they've actually released the entire Spring-Summer 2015 catalog. This is the catalog that will be available on March 1st. They released it early to us via PDF. This means that if you have a color printer, or if you're just feeling frisky, you could go ahead and click on this, open it up. You could print this if you've got a printer and actually start using this to promote for March. Or you can be like me and tease your customers with some of the amazing new products and scents that are coming out in this catalog. If you guys have not yet clicked on this resource tab on your workstation, please do so right after this video. You will get to see the entire catalog, and if you're going to be like me, you are going to awe and squeal and shout for joy. This is also the place, again, if you have never really looked, this is where you can get the actual corporate, Scentsy corporate flyers. So they do give us some great business materials to use. So again, here's the 10% off flyer. You could click on this. It is a PDF, so you could actually print that to your printer, preferably color because it's going to show up better that way. You could try it black and white. I have done that. You get the same concept. Obviously, you don't get the same vibrant colors, but it is a great resource. Now, the main one that I'm going to focus on right now is the file that is called Discontinued Items Spring Summer 2015. And I'm going to click on this. Let's hope it shows on your side. Gosh, I hope it does. On here, hopefully you're seeing it. If not, click on that resource tab in your workstation. You can click on it, Discontinued Items. And what this does is actually show you the warmers. So the premium warmers, deluxe warmers. There's that silhouette wrap collection I was mentioning at the beginning. The one lampshade, so the white crackle, is going away. If you scroll down a little bit farther, you'll see some of the frames for the gallery warmers that will be discontinued. You've got 3 plugins that are going away, 2 elements, and then at the very bottom are all of the SCENTSY fragrances that will be discontinued as of February 28th. That means that these will be available until February 28th. After that, you're going to be hard pressed. Hopefully they will, if still available, they will show up in the closeout section of your workstation. But if not, you're going to have to beg and borrow and plead with some people to try and trade out. So those are the things that you want to concentrate on your resources tab in your workstation, okay? Let's click over here to communication very briefly because I know I touched on it and I wanted to show you. Hopefully it will let me show you. If you click on the communication tab, this is where your newsletter lives. This will give you a lot of information. You can actually email directly out of here, of course, but this will tell you your distribution list. So these are the people who you have their email address and who are subscribed to your official SCENTSY newsletter. If you click where it says newsletter, it's going to pop up a new screen. It's going to show you the newest newsletter that you can update. And it looks like the newest one we've got available to update, is for February. Obviously, this is the one that has already gone out. So hopefully the March one will show up fairly soon. So let's see here. Actually, is this going out today? Oh goodness, we might be right on the cusp. Anyway, you can click on preview newsletter here. Hoping that this pop-up window shows for you guys. If not, I apologize. But you can see here, this will actually show you a preview of what the newsletter is going to go out as. Now, where it shows the wording, that's where I said, or kind of mentioned that you can actually personalize it. So let me click out of this pop-up. And when you go here, this is where you could actually edit that newsletter, okay? Again, use this as you will. Some people find it very helpful. I like sending out my own newsletters as well, so I don't rely too heavily on it, but there you go. All right, I hope that worked. Looking at the chat box, seems that it worked okay. I'm not seeing any negative, oh my goodness, I couldn't see anything posts, so hopefully you did. So let's go back here to our list. Okay, so this is what we're talking about for transition time, right? Number 1, catalog. So as we're phasing out current, we need to look also towards March. So we need to look forward. So there are obviously many things that you can buy for your business in the SCENTSY Family Store. As I will always say, don't get carried away. It is so easy to get in there and just start going, oh my gosh, that's adorable, and click, 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 buy, buy, buy. And guys, as much as we love our business supplies and it's so much fun to order them, you don't earn PRV on them. So try and keep a budget in mind, because if you're like me, I'm here to make money, not spend it all back into my business. So I try and be very conscious of that whenever I'm ordering business supplies. Now, the main things that you need to order, there's actually 2 things that you really, truly must order. 1, catalogs. It's pretty obvious, right? But for the entire transition month, all of your business supplies, majority, are 10% off. So right now, a pack of 25 catalogs is $10.80, I believe. Testers are number 2. You must have the new testers. If you're going to have parties of any kind, aside from an online party, and even if you do an online party, if you're like me, I will actually offer my hosts the ability to, if they're not local to me, ship them out some testers and some catalogs so they at least have those, even though they're doing an online party. Because just because it's online doesn't mean that they're still not going to want to let their friends smell things like that and look through an actual catalog rather than just do everything online. Everybody wants to smell. That's the whole part of Scentsy, right? We're here to smell and enjoy. So testers, you've got 2 options. 2. Of course, you have your party testers, which we all know those are the bigger ones, right? We also have our mini testers. And for me, I really like my mini testers. I should have grabbed a full tester so I could show you the size difference, but you guys probably get it. You guys get it. If you're a current Scentsy consultant, the party testers are what came in your kit. Those are the bigger testers. For me, however, the mini testers are where it's at. Not only because they are small enough that I can fit them in pouch parties and I can carry them with me very easily. I'm not taking up a whole lot of room. But for the second and maybe most important reason to me is that they're more cost effective. If you have been a consultant for a length of time, you know that basically the only thing that you really need to truly buy are the transition tester sets. The transition tester sets actually just come with the new, so for March, it's going to be just all the new spring and summer scents. So everything that's in the spring and summer category for 2015 are the mini testers you're going to get. And I believe it's also the favorites, I think, or the seasonal, something to that effect. But it's very economical because you can get those mini transition tester sets for like $5.60, I think. It's really great for me personally. Again, I do a lot of basket parties, pouch parties, things like that. So I will order at least 3 to 4 sets of those mini transition tester sets. And I don't, depending on my budget, I will do them all at once, order all 4 tester sets all at once. Other times, like I did this time, I went ahead and I ordered a pack of catalogs. I ordered 2 transition mini tester sets. And I also ordered some product lists because those are like my basic essentials for what I need to run my business. That's my first go around. Now, probably in another week or so when commission hits, I will take $25 of my commission and I will order another package of catalogs and maybe like 2 more sets of the transition testers, just so I have literally all the business supplies I need. Those will last me basically the entire catalog season. So for me, that's the most economical way. Many ways to do it. You can order as many catalogs as you want. You can order all party testers if you want. They're just a little bit more expensive. The product lists, you guys know I love those. I use those, we kind of talked about last week in orders and packaging up orders, but I'll show you what they come in. They come in this big legal size pack. You get 150 for $9. This is why I said it is truly the best deal. Now, I haven't gotten my new products or my product list for my business supplies yet. I think they come either Friday or Monday. But I've seen pictures. Now, the current product lists that we have for fall and winter, I was in love because it truly is a snapshot of the entire catalog, because if you can see any part of this, it shows all of the warmers. Then on the back, we have all of our layers products, And then we also have all of our fragrances down here. So it truly was a paper representation of the catalog. I'm hoping that Scentsy kept that and we still have the scents on our product list. I'm hoping. Otherwise, what I normally do, or what I did do in previous seasons, is I would print a list of the scents and attach it to the product list. That's just simply because I save my catalogs for my hosts and my parties, because it's more cost effective for me to use them that way and spend $9 for 150 of these and put these in orders and leave them maybe at the restaurant or the grocery store, things like that. Those are promotional marketing materials for me. Okay. Number 3 on the list is disco. Disco. Everything's discontinued. Well, not everything, but the things that are discontinued. Again, go to your resource tab on your workstation. Look at that discontinued list. You will also see all those fragrances. So one thing you guys are going to have to do is you're going to have to pull out all of your testers when we get closer to March. So normally I save this to the last week of the month. And what I do then is I lay out all my testers. It's a big project. Lay out the testers, and I will pull out all those scents that are not going to be in the new spring and summer catalog. That way I don't have any confusion. So if I've got a bag party going out, a pouch party going out, anything like that, and I'm just grabbing testers, I don't have to worry and go, oh my gosh, I hope I don't have any winter or fall scents in there, because they're not going to be able to order them, and they're going to be very disappointed. They really wanted winter pine, and I can't give them winter pine. So make sure you do that towards the end of the month. Number 4 is business minded. So again, when ordering your business supplies to get yourself ready for the new catalog, just try and stay a little bit business conscious. Again, it's very easy to get in there to that Scentsy family store, start looking around and seeing the t-shirts that are there and the bags and there's tablet holders, all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff. And by all means, if you have the business funds to do that or want to spend the money to do that, then go for it. You go all out. Me personally, again, I'm in this to make money, so I don't put a whole lot back into my business except for the essentials, which are these right here. So 2 dates I want you guys to keep in mind. February 28th, that is the very last day for the fall and winter catalog. So the very last day that this catalog is going to be available, everything in this catalog will be available. Very last day. Our new catalog, March 1st, officially launches. OMG, if you have not gone to your resource tab or if you have not been to a spring sprint yet, you have got to go see this new catalog. It's fantastic. Please also note, I did put down here that there is going to be some downtime on your personal website on March 1st. Usually runs, I'm Central Standard Time. It usually runs until about noon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the day of transition. And that's simply because logistically they have to get in there. They've got to pull all the fall and winter stuff off the website, load on all the spring and summer things and items and make it pretty and beautiful and all that. So just alert your customers and you yourself, as excited as you're going to be to get on there and order right away on March 1st. You need to give it a little bit of time because that website's not going to be available yet. So in a nutshell, there is our very quick rundown of transition time. Those are the time frames you need to be looking at. Those are the things that you need to be thinking about. But as we're thinking about this, like I said, do not forget that we're still running a business. You still need to be letting your customers know. Hopefully you guys have some parties scheduled. Make sure before you go to a party, here's a tip for you. If you don't have a printer, write it down. Or take one catalog that you have, go through with a Sharpie and either put an X, circle, whatever you need to do. around the items and or the scents that are no longer going to be available. And then that way you can use this as a really great visual aid when you're at your party, or even if you're giving out a basket or a pouch party. You can really coach your hostess or host and let them know, hey, everything that I've circled or everything that I've put an X through is going to be gone at the end of February. So keep that in mind when you're ordering. Oh, and by the way, almost everything is 10% off except the things I've highlighted, or something, however you want to do it, okay? But just make sure that you're really informing your customers. That is the main thing with your customer service this month, is letting them know, because the last thing that you want is to have one of your amazing customers come to you on March 1st and go, hey, I want to order some Simply Lemon. And you have to be the bad guy and say, I'm so sorry, but Simply Lemon is no longer available. You should have been talking to them before the end of February. So in one shape or another, call, text, email, Facebook it, make a video. I don't care what you're going to do. Let your customers know what's going away. They need to know. You want them to know, not only so they can order, but because you want to give them the best customer service that you can. We all have those favorite scents that we don't want to go away, but they do have to go back to the Scentsy Vault to make room for the glorious new scents that we are about to get. I hope some of this helps you guys tonight. I'm not seeing questions in the chat bar there, but again, if you guys are watching this via playback, don't hesitate to comment on the video. I do get back to you for those of you who have commented. So I've actually met some really great new people. So yay, I'm so excited to really connect with you guys. But don't hesitate to ask me, your sponsor, your upline, reach out to anybody that you need to. We're all here for you. We all want to see you succeed. We're not here in competition with each other. We are here to promote and push each other, and we all want to get to the same goal. So have a great week. Be nice to each other. Enjoy. If you're in the middle of any snowstorm of any type, which it seems like most of the country is, stay safe, and I will see you next Tuesday. Thanks so much.